Mark, your thoughts on that?
The first goal that we conceded was just taking the window out of ourselves, and 2 bad goals that we conceded. I thought we were great first half. I thought we deserved a 2-goal lead. Obviously, you can see it's tricky conditions. It was windy, it was bouncy, it was blowing a gale straight down the middle of the pitch. I thought we did everything well first half. I thought we competed, won every header, won everything. And I think once we conceded that first goal, I think we stopped doing that to an extent, and really poor goals, both goals on our part. But we've got to take it and just move on to next week. You know that we were desperate for 3 points. Performance, we nearly got it. We nearly got a decent performance. The second half, we didn't play the conditions as well as we would have wanted. To be fair, it's difficult out there. It was difficult out there to play, but you know they were at the most dangerous when they had a goal kick. So you know, unfortunately, we got caught by 2 bad goals, and it's cost us a couple of points. But like I say, we've got to move on.
Got off to a flying start and needed that early goal.
Yeah, like Jermaine and Byron, I thought caused them all sorts of trouble. All game, Kamar did well as well. They had a good part in the first goal and a good header for the second one. And then you know the players are saying all the right things in the dressing room at half time. And the intention was to, you know, we have a free kick, the ball gets headed high in the sky, and I've just seen the video, and the keeper leaves it as if it's going out of play. All of a sudden he keeps it in, kicks it, and we have a really poor goal that we haven't dealt with. The header, and then I think, you know, Scotty and Craig between them could have done better than they've done.
Just switched off a bit then for the first one, maybe.
Yeah, but you can't switch off. You can't. You know, it's ended up costing us the game. You know, so well, the 3 points that we needed. So just, you know, lesson learned that they can't switch off at any time.
Had to make the change at half time with Kamara to come off. Did that affect things? Did that change? Because that just sort of seemed to change the system.
I couldn't tell you, but we felt we needed energy second half. We felt we needed somebody in there to. We knew it weren't going to be a game where we were able to play our passing football, but we expected, you know, we thought Russ's energy would just drive us on, and to an extent, you know, it did. But so when you can see goals as bad as we did, you know, you could say it was the wrong one. But I have no problem about the team we've selected and the substitutions we made. It was just one of the things where, you know, we've defended not as well as we have done of late, and gone back to conceding a couple of sloppy goals.
So was it a tactical change that you made? It wasn't because of
Kamar having... he was injured. Oh no, he was injured. Yeah, you couldn't. I just meant I could have done.
Okay.
I could have put Jamie up top, but I just didn't think the ball was going to stick enough up there anyway, and I just felt we needed energy and some drive in there, and I so we got it. But when you gift goals away like we did, you know, it's a blow.
On the positive side, still unbeaten, but it's another draw.
Yeah.
You've just got to try and turn these into wins.
Of course we have, and especially when you're 2-0 up. Game management's got to be better. You've got to see games out. We've got players with a bit of experience out there. We've got some good players out there, but we didn't see it through. A game that we should have won.
But to give Hartlepool credit,
they come into the game. They changed it around at the end of the second half, at the end of the first half. We know they can play. We know that. But Scotty's had 3 things to do. One of them, well, no, to be fair, they had a first half that he saved well. At 2-0 up, you have to win games, you know, and we're desperately disappointed in there that we haven't.
And that has been, you know, we did it against Burton here, and there have been several games where you've been ahead and just haven't been able to close it out. Yeah, and it's not through lack of trying or trying to sit back on what we've got, far from it, you know, but we just today, everyone's seen, you know, the 2 goals were ridiculous, but really poor on our part. And unfortunately, we've ended up drawing a game that we should have won convincingly. Because we thought we'd cut those goals out, didn't we? Yeah, and we have, and I don't think that's a problem. I don't think it was tough out there. You saw Scotty's kick. Scotty's one of the best kicks in our division, and he was a couple of them landed 15 yards inside our, you know, from our edge of our box, coming back on the wind. It was tough, but you can't sometimes legislate for goals like that. You've just got to show them, and they've got to move on. It keeps the run going. Yeah, we're 9 unbeaten. I think. it feels like a defeat, right this moment in time. But I said in my programme notes, everything's valuable. Every point's valuable at the minute. I haven't seen any scores, and it doesn't really matter. We've got to look after ourselves. It's 2 points dropped today, but like you said, you've got to give them a little bit of credit. They showed that they got a little bit of, some good players. We were better first half, and probably they edged it second.
Thanks, Mark.
Cheers.
Mark, is there anything you can do to improve the game management? Because that has been a bit of a problem here all season, hasn't it? Apart from Burton, just seeing out games. Is there anything you can do as a manager about that?
No, not really. It's them on the players out on the pitch. You've got to make sure you pick the right players, and we did that today, but we just sloppy. The first one, I've just looked back on it, and I think Craig should have headed it, and if he didn't, Scott should have been in a position to take it. I think a bit of lack of communication. The second one, keeper's kick. We've missed the first ball, and we've actually got the ball back, given it away, and just seeing it. I've got people not turning the back, but closing down without any real conviction. He's took a massive deflection and gone in off the post. Well, for me, he shouldn't have taken a deflection. It should have hit someone straight in the stomach or straight. You have to be brave, and we weren't. And it's, like I say, it's cost us 2 points.
Yeah, Jermaine probably the only thing he hasn't done in the last couple of games is score.
He was a real threat.
Did well today, didn't he?
I thought he was a real threat. I thought he should have done better, perhaps in the second half with one. But he finished his goal well in the first half, and I thought he caused them all sorts of problems.
Yeah, is he making it difficult for you to change it up there? Because people probably expected him to do it for a couple of games, but he's actually causing problems.
He's causing lots of problems, and I thought Byron was excellent without scoring. Like I said, positives, but right this moment in time, Johnny just feels like a bit of a kick in the teeth. But so we've got to pick them up. We've got a busy period coming up where we've got to win some games.
Yeah, do you think the formation might work better away? This formation has served you well.
I think it suits the players we have, and I think second half when we couldn't have that pass, I think it showed that we're not as good a side when we can't have that extra pass. We can't have that extra pass. So I think this formation suits us. But unfortunately, you can't legislate for silly goals. And we shouldn't have conceded 2 goals today.
Yeah. Well, if you go to Fleetwood and win, that'll be a decent
We have to.
result,
No, we have to.
Yeah. Cheers, Mark.
All right,
thanks a lot.